On this episode of Unbillable, we're still in quarantine.
Are you gonna take this trash out?
Babe, I'm doing Unbillable! I gotta take out the trash. I got people complaining to me because they're working because they're not essential and they think they're an essential business. I gotta take out the trash. I have an online class, all online to worry about. Oh. Here, what are we in, like week 2 here of the quarantine? I mean, I don't know exactly how many days it is or what have you, but I know I just got off a Zoom with, let me put my trash down here. I know I just got off a Zoom with some friends, and I mean, my office, obviously, I think I said on there that I'm about 93% closed, meaning about 90% probably of my business is through the core system, which is closed. 10% doing contract review, but I'm about 90% closed. Other people on the Zoom, their businesses were closed, you know, similarly, if not more. A couple people all the way shut down. A couple people still in business, like selling cleaning products, for example. That business is still open because they're actually probably in greater demand than normal as people need cleaning products. But it's like this, it's an interesting conversation about essential business. I mean, what businesses are essential? Have you ever really thought about that? I mean, like a grocery store employee is probably not someone you would have put on like an essential list before this whole virus thing broke out. But here we are in a whole new world of what businesses are essential. And it seems like people are really pushing to get their business on the list. I mean, that's sort of ridiculous to me. Either you're essential or you're not. And I mean, deep down inside, you know if you're essential. I gotta throw this trash away. That's essential.
Amir, how's your quarantining coming along?
Wow. Well, quarantining is as good as can be expected, I would guess. I mean, a lot of quality family time.
Family time, exactly. What are you doing to keep busy?
Tiger King. Tiger King helped out quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. To you guys.
No.
I did some.
Sure that she needs to watch it. No, I need to, I feel like I wasted an hour of my life trying to get into that.
No way. This was my kind of thing. Train wrecks on train wrecks on train wrecks. It was amazing. I love it. You know, the thing about this whole quarantining with my family that I've learned that I didn't necessarily think I'd learn is that my kids, when they're on their iPads, they might be playing a game like Roadblocks or whatever, something like that, and then they're FaceTiming with their friend at the same time, and they put the FaceTime in the like background screen and just yell and scream at their friend as they, you know, navigate through the game. It's annoying. The other thing that's annoying, or at least, you know, for me, is I have my class coming up, like the class that I teach at Cal State San Bernardino Palm Desert campus. Well, usually it's at the Palm Desert campus. They told me that because of the virus, there'd probably be about 2 weeks of online teaching. I didn't know how I felt about that, but I figured, you know what, let's go for it. Like at the time, not everything was shut down. In fact, I think the only thing really shut down at the time was the tennis tournament, the BNP Paribas Open. And that was really it. And so I figured, okay, a couple weeks of online class, no big deal. My class meets twice a week, like 4 classes online? I could do that. I was up for the challenge. The school just told me the whole quarter is gonna be online. I mean, think about that. We're in a world with a virus killing like thousands of people probably, and you're literally trying to get your business on a list to keep you open. I mean, I saw some of the businesses on that list, and don't get me wrong, they're important. The people coming to get this trash, as far as I'm concerned, sanitation, very important. But I also saw, and I'm probably gonna offend some of my friends here, I also saw real estate, like commercial and residential real estate agents on this list. I don't really know about anybody doing sales transactions. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're in the middle of an escrow, you're about to close, you're about to get your home so you can move, it's important for your job, things like that. Or maybe you're one of the essential workers who needs to get to the place where you're going to be working and moving into a house. Well, then, I mean, that totally makes sense. But this idea that you're gonna like take your customer and show them home and see which one they want to buy as like either investment or like shopping, that seems absurd. I mean, remember, it's not just being an essential business on the essential business list. It's completing essential business tasks. You're only supposed to be doing what's essential.
We're gonna play a fun round of Would You Rather. All right, would you rather have Netflix taken away or Starbucks taken away? That was a viewer question.
This is easy for me. I don't drink coffee, so you could take my Starbucks away. But like I said, I need Tiger King. Wow.
I would say Netflix because I don't watch TV. And Tiger King, dumb. I have to be dumb to watch that. So.
Okay, and now we're being insulting.
Shots fired. Shots fired. So now that I know that the class is going to be like entirely online, I'm doing what everybody else would be doing. I'm in full panic mode. I've reached out to just about any and all teachers, professors, anybody I know, including my sister. I mean, imagine the anguish I'm in reaching out to my own sister for help. Think about that. Think about what you have to do in order to reach out to a sibling of your own as an adult for help. That's the spot I'm in. I'm not worried about the virus. I know we're gonna get through it. We're all gonna stay at home. We're gonna flatten the curve. We're gonna do that because we all like love one another. But how am I gonna teach a class of what, 35, 37 students, management 230 online? And I guess I kind of have the answer now, which is I'm gonna try to do it on Zoom. I mean, you heard me right. I'm gonna try to do it on Zoom. I did a Zoom with a couple friends with cocktails, and it went pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. We had a good time on the Zoom. I actually talked about it a little earlier even, but I think the real idea is it's the only way that I can have an interactive lecture, and a lot of my class is interactive lecture related. When it's not, it becomes like an old social studies class where you have to like have those bold words in the textbook and you have to memorize them. You remember that. Nobody wants to have a class of just memorizing bold words in the book. So we can all pretend like our businesses are essential, you know what I mean? We can all just pretend, we can act like it. We can take one of the letters from a real essential business and edit it to make it work for us, but that would be trashy. And in this environment, we shouldn't be trashy. Look, we're all going to get through this. We're definitely going to get through this. We're going to stay at home. That's going to help flatten the curve. We're going to do that because we love one another. We're going to Zoom to see our friends. We're just going to get through this little bit of time where we have to stay in our homes so that later on we can go out and flourish. Don't make the mistake of making your employees come to work. Don't make the mistake of thinking you're essential business when you're not. Believe you me. It might not be me. I'm a good lawyer. I'm a nice guy. You got to follow, subscribe, right? But there's bad lawyers out there. There are mean lawyers out there. And don't think that they won't take advantage of this situation to say that you didn't do your job. If you're like a real estate agent, think about how easy it would be to say that like you failed to protect your client and all you cared about was the actual closing to put money in your pocket because you were scared of the pandemic. It'd be very easy to draw some conclusions to make it sound like you weren't actually doing your job. Let's get out of here. The trash, the bugs, they're driving me crazy.
Great.
If you can get to episode 3 of Tiger King, it will be a very, I don't want to say eye-opening, but something opening experience.
That's true. Would you rather always know when someone is lying to you or always be able to lie and get away with it?
I mean, do I have to go? Do I have to go first here? I think I'd rather know when people are lying to me.
Yeah.
Same.
If I knew when they were lying to me, I probably wouldn't need to lie.
Okay, well that's all of our would you rather questions.
Did I win?
Did I win?
You don't win.
And so just like that, we have a lawyer acting as a professor. I mean, I've been teaching the class for a few years. I don't want to say acting, but I guess I'm kind of a professor at this point after about 5 years, but I'm a professor face to face. I mean, I've never taught an online class before. I mean, I've taken one online class. It wasn't even for a grade. I mean, it was more like a training program more than maybe even a class. So what am I doing teaching a class online? I mean, you can find out if I'm gonna sink or swim by tuning in next week. So be sure to subscribe by clicking over there. And of course, watch another episode of Unbillable by clicking right down there.